This is the Ferghana Valley, possibly the most troubled region in Central Asia. It is located between two geographic giants, Russia to the north and China to the east. This fertile stretch of land is strategically important and the most populous region in Central Asia, and it is shared between three countries, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, the Ferghana Valley has been witness to several clashes and conflict. The most recent clashes in April 2021 left dozens of people dead and hundreds injured. But what's behind these ongoing conflicts? Many border areas in Central Asia's former Soviet republics have been disputed since the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The Soviets divided the people of Central Asia into distinct nationalities, when in previous eras it was largely composed of nomadic tribes associated with the Silk Road, where identities were largely based on clan or religion. In the 1930s, Josef Stalin designed a complex border for each republic, but he ignored the fact that the Ferghana Valley was a patchwork of ethnicities not easily incorporated into national republics. The situation is particularly complicated near the numerous enclaves in Ferghana Valley, where the borders of Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan meet. The Ferghana Valley's population consists mainly of Uzbeks, Kyrgyz, and Tajiks. However, each of the three countries in the Ferghana Valley contains significant minorities of the other two ethnic groups. The way these borders were drawn left several communities with restricted access to what they would consider their home countries, like this area, in Ferghana Valley's exclave of Sok, a small pocket of Uzbek territory which is located entirely in Kyrgyzstan, yet whose residents are predominantly ethnic Tajiks. This bizarre border division has caused recurrent tensions and clashes between the former Soviet republics. Access to water and energy resources have also been at the heart of recurrent disputes among Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan over the last 3 decades. The tension has been the sharpest where the valley converges. The valley is a major source of food for Central Asia. Its principal crops include wheat, cotton, rice, vegetables, and fruit. And as the economy of this landlocked region depends on agriculture, there is a massive need for a huge quantity of water. But water is becoming increasingly scarce. The glaciers and snows of the Tian Shan Mountains around the Ferghana Valley feed the Sur Darya and Amu Darya, Central Asia's two major rivers. But due to the climate crisis, the glaciers have lost 20% of their mass between 1961 and 2012. The melt is 4 times the global average. And as water supplies dwindle, farmers from different national enclaves surrounding the valley are often fighting over water allocations. Fights and clashes over control of irrigation canals can often lead to deaths, injuries, and diplomatic crises. The overuse of water in upstream communities often leaves those downstream parched. When these countries were part of the Soviet Union, they had a resource-sharing system. Energy-rich countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan supplied Tajikistan with coal, gas, and electricity in winter, and received water from them in the summer. Tajikistan, for example, controls the headwaters of many of the region's rivers, which the 4 other former Soviet states depend on for irrigation. But this system disintegrated in the late 1990s, a few years after the fall of the Soviet Union. It was far more profitable for energy-rich countries to sell gas and electricity to foreign buyers than to supply it to their own neighbors. Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan often accuse Uzbekistan of overusing river water to irrigate vast cotton fields, while Uzbekistan, for its part, fought Kyrgyz and Tajik plans to build dams upstream. At various times, shared resources have been used as a political tool with mutual threats of blocking downstream flow of water or switching off power grids, and these conflicts over sharing resources have been aggravated by ethnic tensions. When Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan gained independence, they began stressing their national identities despite having multi-ethnic enclaves. The division and recurrent hostility amongst the Kyrgyz, Uzbek, and Tajik people is further complicated by the economic hardships facing their countries and increasing competition for resources. In 2010, deadly interethnic clashes forced an estimated 400,000 Uzbeks and Kyrgyz from their homes in southern Kyrgyzstan. Through the years, these conflicts caused thousands of deaths, and even today, relations between the countries remain tense, especially between Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. The Ferghana Valley's mountainous territories are also an ideal hiding place for militants who have sought refuge and pose a security problem for the states that hold onto stretches of the Ferghana Valley.